Dear students, this is chapter 6, part 4, respiration. Last video class, we have seen regulation of respiration, then events in respiration and expirations we have seen. The next topic we are going to see is the one problems in oxygen transport. Problems in oxygen transport. Yeah, this is the topic we are going to see. Just listen carefully. So, what happens when a person travels above the sea level, and at the same time, if the same person if travels below the sea level, how oxygen will be transported? If the oxygen is transported less amount, means what are the problem does he occur? That's what we are going to see today. When a person travels quickly from sea level to elevations above 8,000 feet, 8,000 feet, where the atmospheric pressure and partial pressure of oxygen are lowered. Okay, when a person just climbs sea level, which is 8,000 feet above. So, what happened during that time? What is going to be happen during that time? Here I'll show you. The atmospheric pressure and partial pressure of oxygen are lowered. The individual responds with the symptoms of AMS, which means acute mountain sickness. So you'll get symptoms like AMS, headache, shortness of breath, nausea, and dizziness. So all these things happen due to poor binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. Okay, when a person climbs above the 8,000 feet from sea level, he gets these kind of symptoms. The reason for that one means the poor binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin. When a person moves on a long term basis to mountains from sea level, is the body begins to make respiratory and hematopoietic adjustments. So if the same person just moves very long height, okay, that times the body will adjust. Body will get adjust when the body begins to make respiratory and hematopoietic adjustments. To overcome the situations, the kidney accelerate productions of hormones called as a erythropoietin. Productions of hormone called as erythropoietin. Just underline this hormone, they'll ask you. So that hormones stimulates bone marrow to produce more amount of RBC. More amount of RBC. So that hormone name is called as a erythropoietin. When a person climbs sea level, that is above 8,000 feet, during that time he will be having some kind of symptoms due to deficiency of oxygen binding capacity to the hemoglobin. So there is a one hormone called erythropoietin. They secreted by kidney, and they'll go to bone marrow to secrete or produce bone produce blood from the bone. Then same person, when a person descends deep into the sea, the pressure in the surroundings, water increases, which causes the lungs to decrease in volume. Which causes the lungs to decrease in volume. When a person just goes down in the deepest of the sea, what happens during that time? So the pressure in the surroundings, water increases, which causes the lungs to decrease in volume. This decrease in volume increases the partial pressure of the gases within the lungs. This effect can be beneficial because it tends to drive additional oxygen into the circulation. But this benefits also has a risk. The increased pressure can also drive nitrogen gas into the circulations. So this kind of breathing, a person's one who descends in the sea level, during that time, nitrogen gas will be mixed in the circulations. Sometimes it will be good, sometimes if the nitrogen increases more and more means he'll have some problem. So this increase in blood nitrogen content can lead to a conditions called nitrogen necrosis. When the diver ascends to the surface too quickly, a conditions called Baines or decompression sickness occurs. And nitrogen comes out of solutions while still in the blood, forming bubbles. The small bubbles in blood are not harmful, but large bubbles can lodge in small capillaries, blocking blood flow or can press on nerve endings. Decompression sickness is associated with pain in joints and muscles and neurological problems, including strokes. So, this risk of nitrogen necrosis and bends is common in scuba divers. So, during carbon dioxide poisoning, the demands for oxygen increases. As the O2 level in the blood decreases, it leads to suffocations and the skin turns bluish black. Skin turns bluish black. Then next topic is the one. There's a small information which they given. You can go through. Allergy is caused by allergens. When we enter a polluted area, immediately we start sneezing, coughing. The allergens in that place affect our respiratory tracts, and response to the allergens start within minutes. Allergens provoke an inflammatory response. The common manifestations of allergy is asthma. This is one word point of view they'll ask you, just go through. The next topic is the one disorder of respiratory system, but this disorder of respiratory system is not there in your topic. Just I'll tell you that few that respiratory disorder alone. Here, asthma, this is a respiratory disorder, emphysema, bronchitis, pneumonia, tuberculosis, occupational respiratory disorder. And so these are the disease which comes due to respiratory disorders. The last topic is the one effects of smoking. Effects of smoking one. Today, due to curiosity, excitement, or adventure, youngsters starts to smoke and later get addicted to smoking. Research says about 80% of lung cancer is due to cigarette smoking. You can underline this one word, they'll ask you. Smoking is inhaling the smoke from burning tobacco. There are thousands of known chemicals which can include nicotine, tar, carbon monoxide, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, and even a small quantities of arsenic. Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nicotine damage the cardiovascular system. Underline this one. Carbon monoxide and nicotine damages the cardiovascular system, and tar damages the gases exchange system. Nicotine is a chemical that causes addictions, is a stimulant which makes heart beat faster. At the same time, narrowing of blood vessels result in raised blood pressure and coronary heart diseases. Presence of carbon monoxide reduces oxygen supply. Lung cancer, the cancer of mouth, larynx is more common in smoker than the non-smoker. Okay, the smoker only doesn't affect cancer. The non-smoker also will affect. The smoking also cause cancer of the stomach, pancreas, and bladder, and lowers sperm count in men. Smoking can cause lung diseases by damaging the airways and alveoli and results in emphysema. Swelling of lungs we call as a emphysema. Just underline, and chronic bronchitis. These two diseases, along with asthma, are often referred as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD). When a person smokes, nearly 80% of the smoke released is inhaled by smoker himself and others in the victim, called passive smoker. Here, passive smokers are also affected. The guidance or counseling should be done in such users to withdraw these habits. So that's all. This is the effects of smoking so far we are seeing. So with this, we are going to complete chapter 6, respiratory fully. Just go through. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Today we have completed the effects of smoking and instead of respiratory systems topics alone we have seen. Then problems in oxygen transport. It's very important. Problems in oxygen transport is very important. 5 marks. Go through today itself. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, bye. Take care.